Hello and welcome back to another HD video. Today we have another game of the week. It is the big one, for me anyway, Birmingham City vs West Bromwich Albion. Blues vs Baggies. Birmingham vs West Brom. Birmingham vs Albion. However you want to pronounce it, this is it. The biggest, for me, game of the week I've ever done. It is for the first time featuring my team, Birmingham City. Yes. Now, I'm expecting hate comments on this video because it might be slightly biased. I'm going to try and even it out. But West Bromwich Albion, this is almost going to be like the friendly, neutral derby in the Midlands. The two teams who, well, are caught in between the fight between Aston Villa, the fight between Wolverhampton Wanderers. Birmingham City and West Brom never really been a evil game. The rivalry between them has never really been massive. They've helped each other out transfer-wise. There's a lot of players who go to there and, well, all I'm trying to say is Birmingham fans don't mind West Brom fans as much as Birmingham fans mind Villa or Wolves fans. I think, in my opinion, that is what I see it as anyway. And a lot of West Brom fans I know, yes, they'll take the mick because we're in the Championship, etc., etc., but they don't really mind us anywhere near as much as what they mind Villa fans. They despise Villa fans. Well, that's what I see anyway. Of course, that's what I gather from this. The thing is, there's a golfing class between the two sides now. You got Birmingham, who are doing absolutely sensational under Rowett, in my opinion, averaging easily over 2 points a game. That is knocking on the doors of playoff record, isn't it? It is the sort of form that does get you into the playoffs. I don't want the playoffs this year. I don't think we should go up this year. It's certainly not a season where we should go up. There is talks off the pitch of a point deduction, and this video is going to be a little more in depth because it's a bit more personal. So we'll know a lot more about Birmingham. Of course, there is talks of a point deduction. Of course, liquidation is the worst possible outcome of the current off-the-pitch affairs, but liquidation isn't really going to happen, I don't think, touch wood anyway. But a 12-point deduction could happen. It would put us in the relegation zone, I believe, if we had a 12-point deduction. I will just quickly get up the BBC Sport website just to check that, because unfortunately BBC Sport haven't released the match preview for the Birmingham match yet, the Birmingham West Brom match, so I am having to use outside sources. 12 points deducted. We're on 35 right now. 12 would just put us, no we wouldn't, we'd be 21st. We would actually remain outside the relegation zone on goal difference. So, if it's going to happen this year. Under Rowett, we shouldn't be getting relegated this year at all. It's not going to happen now. Of course, touch wood, can't confirm that, but it's probably not anyway. With a 12-point deduction, we'd be back right in the mix, yeah. But it proves how far we've come if we have a 12-point deduction and aren't even in the relegation zone. When Rowett took over, we were 23rd. So it is an immense turnaround here at Birmingham. And, of course, on FIFA, they start off the best side, Birmingham. Whether we can get the better of West Brom, though. West Bromwich Albion, under Pulis, unbeaten. Of course, not very attacking under Pulis at the moment. Not even a shot on target against Everton on the weekend, or on Monday, I believe. So, it's a bit poor from them. Now, I don't want them to become the typical Stoke team, as you would see Stoke. I don't want West Brom to become that. The sort of team that you just expect to hoof it up, can't score from anything but set pieces. Sort of team like that. I don't want them to become that. I don't think it would suit them. And God almighty, Gray, he should have passed it through to Donaldson then. But, what else do I think? I think it could go, literally, West Brom will either thrash us or will play out an excellent game and actually get something. Yes. It won't be, no way will Birmingham thrash West Brom. That is out of the question. It's either going to be a tiny incy-wincy win for Birmingham, a draw and a replay at Hawthorns, or a win for West Brom easily. Or, of course, a win for West Brom in a well-fought game. I hope that it's well-fought. I don't mind the result in this. The FA Cup 4th round, we're not realistically going to get anywhere. Yes, there's a few funds, and you progress slightly further, etc., etc. But realistically, we're not going to win the FA Cup. We're probably not going to get to the semis, even if we pass this round. So, I wouldn't mind going out. I think the experience of playing West Brom for the first time since 2011, the last time we played West Brom was when they were with Roy Hodgson. They beat us 3-1 that year in both games, not only at St Andrews but at the Hawthorns as well. So it hasn't been the best of results. If we look to the head-to-head record, then you can see that in fact we have only won in overall all time, only ever won 29.31% of the games against West Bromwich Albion, which is adding up to a total of 34. They've won 49 against us, whilst we drew 33. The total goals link up to 159 by West Bromwich Albion, and in the tie, Birmingham City have a total goal tally of 131. 159 to Albion, of course, as well there. But at Birmingham and St Andrews, the same fixture as this has always been. Birmingham City have a total of 20 wins, West Brom a total of 23. So although West Brom still better us by a minuscule 5% there is still a blatant improvement from overall record. So at St Andrews, although we're still not as good as West Brom, we are a hell lot better than what we are against West Brom at the Hawthorns. So it's a weird one. I really don't know which way it's going to go. Of course, I can hope. It could probably be a predictive game, a very predictive derby. West Brom get around a 3-4-1 win, what you'd expect against any of the championship sides. But the key word in that is, it's a derby. Anything could happen this game. And I mean anything. West Brom could come out and beat us 6-0. We could sneak a 1-1 replay. We could sneak a 1-0 victory. What do I want to happen? Well, of course I want a victory. You've got to want a victory. It's going to be great. I don't think this will be a nasty derby. I think it will be a hell load of fun. I don't want any friction in this derby. I think it'll just be a great game. The experience of playing a derby like this in the FA Cup, I've dreamed of it ever since we went down, and we're not looking like we're going to go back up anytime soon. Well, maybe within the next few seasons, as long as we can sort out our board problems and our issues behind the scenes. It is ridiculous. I fucking hate our owner. It's bollocks, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, as long as we can sort that out, maybe we can rebuild. But at the same time, this fixture won't be played out again unless West Brom get relegated, of course, for quite a while, in my opinion. And it will be a great experience to play them for the first time in knocking on the door of 4 years, which is just unbelievable, isn't it? 4 years since we won the Carling Cup. But enough about Birmingham. I know it's a very Birmingham-based subject, because I am a Birmingham fan, of course. But more about West Brom, West Bromwich Albion. Don't quite know as much about them, but still know a fair deal. In fact, I've been to quite a few West Bromwich Albion games, not as a West Brom fan, but a few of my friends are West Brom fans. I've been with a few of them. It's a great atmosphere at the Hawthorns, but I've heard their away following is even better. And, well, it's a sellout, isn't it, at St Andrews? It should be an absolutely immense clash. Their team, Berahino, is being courted by quite a few players, teams as well. So, tell me down below quickly now, did you like this style game of the week? Or do you like this style game of the week, rather? It's not a reading off the screen, proper statistical game of the week. It really is an opinion-based, subject, video, gossip, I suppose, a podcast it could be classed as. It's more of a fluent, off the top of your head sort of thing. Just a chat about football. It is really like a chat show style formatting this. Of course, I do it normally at the end of the statistics every time. But do you prefer this style game of the week? If so, then make sure you do tell me down below, because I don't always do Game of the Weeks like this. They're very statistical, so it would be interesting to have more of a conversation like video, if you know what I mean. So make sure you tell me whether you preferred this one down below. Of course, Birmingham are my team. They mean a lot to my heart, to my people around me, etc., etc. But really, do I think we can get anything? I think we could. We really could. But I think their quality is just too good for us. And I do believe that they will get something from this game. And devastatingly in FIFA, they do get the 1-0 breakthrough in the final moments, or in the 120th minute. Oh crap, it's meant to be a replay, isn't it? I accidentally clicked classic. It would have been taken to the replay according to FIFA, of course, but I just played on to see what would have happened if it was, say, a extra time, just so we could get a definitive result. I didn't really, I wanted to find out, yes, a replay would be excellent, but I would want to find out what would happen then on, from then on in, if you know what I mean. So they do think, although it's not completely accurate to what would have happened in real life, West Brom would go on and get a 1-0 victory in the replay, let's just say. I know it's technically different, but let's just pretend extra time was the replay, because I didn't want to sim a whole nother game and fit it into this as well. So, I mean, on the other hand, Tony Pulis, when has he ever cared about the FA Cup? Well, I suppose he did with Stoke in 2011, when Man City got the better of them in the semis, I believe. Was Tony Pulis with them then? He was, wasn't he? Yes, of course he was. So, I mean, with Stoke then, he got to the final. But does he care about it with West Brom? Well, of course, it's a great competition and all, but he wants to keep his relegation-free record in the league. So, there's always that little chance that we could take advantage of that at the same time. But I do think we'll lose. In the eventual outcome, we will probably lose, but I really couldn't care less. I mean, it would be beautiful to win. We could win. Our form proves that we could win. It would be a great day if we could win. It would be amazing if we could win. I think the quality between the two sides at the moment, form-wise, it's quite tight. I know that'll sound really weird, and some West Brom fans will be like, "Oh, shut up, you're speaking crap, me laddie." But at the same time, there is that sort of view of very stalemate. Like in FIFA, of course, they thought it was quite stalemate, and there is a few players who can match West Brom's calibre and quality in our side. So whether it'll pan out that way, well, it could be that West Brom smash us. I'm fingering crossed that for the pride. Well, I really hope that doesn't happen. But to be honest, we've got many excuses. I mean, we have got literally no money to work with. Our owner's a dickhead and has ruined our club. And now we probably could be going into liquidation, and I'll have to support a different team. And if it was to be a different team, well, I'm afraid to say I'd have to probably support West Bromwich Albion, wouldn't I? Because if Blues did go into liquidation, then who else would there be? Apart from my very, very local team, of course, but I'm not going to solemnly support them. But I'd probably never be able to change fully. Because it just wouldn't work, I don't really think. I just wouldn't be able to get that same passion, I suppose, if we were to be demolished into the lower leagues. But anyway, do thank you for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure you smash that like button. I will see... One second. If we do go into liquidation, it doesn't mean that we actually get totally destroyed. Sometimes it can, but sometimes it means that you can just go into the conference, which would be a very interesting journey, wouldn't it? So, I mean, I would probably support Blues still if that happened. But if we were totally taken out of the Football League altogether, the entire English pyramid, then I would probably move on to a different team, unfortunately. It would be very difficult to, but I probably would have to. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.